Alright, Schlockmeister fans, what time is it? It's time for the 6 o'clock news. Let's watch. My kind of news.
Hombres y mujeres, the following preview has been rated unacceptable for all audiences by the Motion Picture Association of America. The film advertised has been rated PG, pure garbage. It's slime time! Check it out, check it out, check it out. Check out the Santa Claus news! Start now! Check out the Santa Claus news!
Our movie is full of skits, and they all take place as stories from the KSEX newsroom.
Good evening. I'm Bill McFarland.
And I'm Maggie Neal.
And this is the KSEX Evening News.
Doctors
Hello,
and scientists
Newman.
from as far away as Sweden came to judge the best example of a man changed into a woman.
Dynamics Institute, which is currently educating millions of women on how to get back into the workforce quickly. Yes.
Yes, this is Housewife Hookers.
Professionals show them how to tell a John exactly what he wants to hear.
Can you tell me
I
that?
love hamburgers.
This is a skit that was actually taken from another movie, and this is actually real footage
Really?
of a woman about to get shocked from eating a hamburger.
So now what do you think of Burger King flame broiling?
Fed Up Express.
Leave no stone unturned
They collect debts.
while on your mission. And each one takes special pride in his performance.
Who have little use for snorkeling and skiing, but for whom a week of eating, sleeping it off, and eating again at a hotel with an open kitchen is the ideal vacation getaway. Club Fed offers a smorgasbord of activities like fashion shows with designs by Oscar de la Tentmaker.
A female wrestler.
Russian women douche with borscht. Something else.
What we're hearing is not from this tape.
Here, smell these Bolshevik bunskis. Ooh, I think I'm ready to defect all over you.
A heaping helping of Russian butt loaf there.
Now that's disgusting.
Yes, but it's what he wanted. It's what we all want.
And now,
This is some sort of caped superhero.
Occasionally, he takes one of his fans behind his famous cape to show he's still the mighty man of steel. Unfortunately for the girl, however, he is still faster than a speeding bullet.
So this caped superhero hits people in the face with pies.
His vision is now a thing of the past. He has to resort to radar to detect the evil he still so desperately seeks to destroy. Once able to lift tall buildings, today the most he can handle is a fluff.
No slouches where discipline is concerned are learning more effective techniques for raising better Catholics.
This is a topless car wash, which I can't show you much of, unfortunately. Of course, we got our worm eaters here.
The fact that eating fish is healthy. Well, that's because fish eat worms. So why not cut out the middleman and go straight for the bait? Special someone in our lives. That very special someone that we like to take care of. So come on down to Guns R Us, your 24-hour neighborhood supermarket for guns. Yes, we're here whenever that killing mood hits you. And be sure to bring the whole family. We even have the latest in hand grenades. Yes, in no time, your kids can be tossing a few around with their friends.
Some wrestling, which is supposed to be somebody else, but I recognize that wrestler as the Fabulous Moolah.
Something she's been doing for years. Could this be one of Hollywood's happy endings?
was able to locate that precise portion of the brain responsible for the homosexual impulse and attempted for the first time to change a homosexual into a heterosexual. The patient? A 21-year-old men's room attendant for a donor with enough straight matter to be used in a macho transplant.
Bill, what finally happened to this guy?
Well, I guess he went into the hospital of fruit and came out a vegetable. Sad but true.
Legitimate son of Joan Rivers and Don Rickles, and he's proving that rotten apples don't fall far from their trees. His name, Little Mickey
Now this is a scene from Jabberwock again, but we're not hearing the actual scene, we're just seeing it.
When they dug up, you jerks, did they use a shovel? Christ, what'd my agent do now? Put me into a cemetery?
The audience loves to be insulted by him, and he doesn't let them down.
I got news for you, booby. You died an hour ago.
Some competition for Johnny Carson.
Powerhouse pressure, the ultimate weapon.
Yes, coming up soon. Against Carson will be the all-new late-night Hell of Angels comedy hour.
Yes, Johnny, watch out. You're in big trouble.
Bo Diddley also. This is a game show called You Bet Your Ass, where their husband and father's life is on the line in an electric chair if they guess wrong.
But if they miss, Bruce will have the right to pull the big switch, and it is farewell, Ferndip. Bye-bye, Barney.
They eventually fail.
Nice having you on the show. It's time to pull the sayonara switch.
Wanda, you ever ask yourself whatever happened to Tonto?
I certainly have.
Well, it's a good thing, because we have the answer. Here we
He's
see
now
Tonto
married
doing
to
something
19
he's done
wives.
Many times before. That's kissing his 19th wife. And after the marriage, there he is at home enjoying a typical daily dinner with some of his wives, where reach for it means the salt, but not the tomahawk.
Our last scene shows the station being raided by the cops.
All right, who's the producer of this?
A horrified judge today found the mother guilty of torturing her.
You gotta be the producer. Come on over here. Come on over here. You under arrest for indecent television in the first degree.
Okay, this is the 6 o'clock news. What the hell is this movie? Well, this is another one of those movies that used to be on all the video store shelves from all the video stores when I was a kid. You'd always find this in just like every store in the comedy section. I actually did rent it once. I copied it, didn't watch it, didn't see it actually until maybe the early 2000s. And didn't think much of it. It's very similar to like the Kentucky Fried Movie or the Groove Tube, only it's just not that good. It's like a series of SNL skits, which again aren't all that great. There's a couple of them that are decent. There is some raunchiness in this. There is a lot of nudity. Now, as I'm going through this movie, like the first 20 minutes, all of a sudden I see a scene which looks familiar to me. In fact, I know it for sure. It's a scene from the documentary Jabberwock, something which I actually reviewed on my channel last year, I think. You can go back and look for it. In fact, the scene with the hamburger I used in my review. I'm pretty sure I did. Jabberwock was basically a series of strange things in America, just quirky things. And this movie here showed some of those scenes, but they put new audio over the top of it, or most of it, pretending it was something else, like a real scene of something else. Like there was some shock therapy to get someone to stop eating fast food. They put it to be some sort of like fast food war between Burger King and McDonald's. Strange, I don't know. It turns out the director of this movie is a guy by the name of Romano Vanderbes, and he directed Jabberwock as well as its sequel, This is America Part 2, which I don't have. I'd like to see that, but I think some of the other scenes in this movie that I didn't recognize that looked real were from that documentary. So a good chunk of this movie, probably even half of it, is recycled footage from Jabberwock and his other stuff. So, whatever. So anyway, the whole thing is like put out as news stories from KSEX, this thing here. So that's all this movie is. It's just a series of skits. Some of them are okay, some of them aren't. They're just bad humor in most cases. There is a lot of naughtiness and full frontal nudity and all kinds of weird things. But again, I think most of that nudity we saw was actually real people being nude from various weird sequences from those Jabberwock documentaries, those Mondo films. So anyway, don't know what else to tell you about it, but that is the 6 o'clock news. So anyway, is the movie good? Not really. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. No, and it's really quick. The credits start to run at about 75-minute mark. So yeah, you can get through it really fast. And Wayne Knight, who was Newman in Seinfeld, plays a role in this. He's in there quite a bit, actually. And you may have heard Don Pardo from SNL as one of the voiceover guys just speaking here. So that's the only claims to fame this thing has. Not available on DVD. It was available on VHS, obviously, and I burned this from the pre-recorded VHS tape that I have and made some box art here. So that is the 6 o'clock news. Anybody else ever watched this thing or seen it sitting on the shelves and were always curious? Don't get it. Not a big deal. Check it out. I guess do get it then. Watch it. Leave some comments down below. It's the Sex O'Clock News. Watch it. Bye.